Alright, welcome back to the channel, Faro Farms, Wednesday. First thing, Buck is servicing the tractor. Currently checking the pressure in the tires. And I am working on the grain cart. We pulled this bottom auger out here. Right out of there. Pulled it out, we're going to put on Lundell plastic. We did this section last year. Just holds up real nice. Really saves the life of the auger. Extra piece we got there, but we're going to do that whole section there. We did pull the top one out last year, skinned that whole piece. So, but what we got to do here is there is a drive dog on this bottom end that slides over the gearbox spline shaft, and just over time, starting and stopping, these will waller out. You can see how egg-shaped those are. Not supposed to look like that. So we had called Unverfirth, and you can actually get these plugs. So what we need to do first is this section of flighting is a sleeve, pretty much. So we just need to pull it back, get it off the shaft, and that will expose this inner shaft that runs bottom to top all the way through. So then at that point we can cut this old one out, we can reinsert the new one and get it welded on the right way. So that's what we're going to have to do. I think we're going to have to rosebud, get this all pretty hot right in through here because she don't want to move right now. This being a bear, so like I said, from there back is this double flighted sleeve that we're trying to get off. So anybody out there have any other ideas? Because by the time this airs, we may still be working on it. I reckon we'll just keep the rosebud on it up here. Keep getting her hot. I was hitting on this part of the flighting, but I broke that weld right there, so I don't want to hit too many more spots there. Anyway, we'll stay after it. We'll get her. Alright, there it is. So as you saw in the time lapse, I just started hitting this in with the sledgehammer. It was enough to kind of jar that loose, and so this is all it was sitting on. So that was enough. I could get it past that, and then we just took a 2x4, kind of wiggled up and down, and it slid right off. Pretty easy. So anyway, this is what we're going to have to replace right here, this sleeve. It is got a little weld here. So I think I'm probably just going to take the disc grinder and we'll just kind of easily grind away that weld to where we can get this off. But I'm going to wait till the new sleeve comes in just to double check and compare and just to kind of see what it looks like, because we do not want to start cutting. We don't want to lose our measurements here. So anyway, as far as this project goes, like I said, we're going to hold off on it until we get that new slug. This was the semi we were working on yesterday, but backed it in to check tire pressure here, and we checked the floating axles. Make sure we got enough oil in them. We put 140 weight in those. So, but anyway, what I'm working on here is the cable to this back door. Right here, you access in the cab. It broke at the door and pulled out. So you can, from the other side, get all the way through. You can see all the way through. I should say that. But you cannot, in no way, shape, or form, squeeze through there. So I think what I'm going to do, we have this bunk, but it's screwed down, so I'm not going to undo it. I'm going to take a hole saw bit on the other side, cut a big 4 or 5 inch hole, reach my hand down in to where I can hit this latch on the other side, get it open, and get a new cable. And I think time being, I will move all that stuff on this side because this cable still works. We can get that door open. So let's hop in and cut a hole. All right, so I got the mattress off, kind of off the side here. So this is where we need to go. I think I'm gonna probably cut a hole right here. Should give me access down to that door to get that door open. All right, perfect. Able to reach in there and hit that latch. Got her open. Yes, as you can see, this is what I reached in, was able to compress that, get it open, and I think we'll get a new cable here and we can reroute it up front. Be good to go. But yep, I think we'll get all this stuff moved up front, the other side I mean, and we won't have to do that again. I think need to get this cleaned out. Easiest way, thought about shot back in it, but had a pretty good breeze to my back blowing through. I think we'll get the air wand, just kind of blow her out. Probably gonna be the easiest and quickest. So perfect. Don't forget to head over to Farm Focus, pick up some apparel. And this might be another product we're going to be doing a review on here next couple videos, possibly. So keep an eye out for it. And also, new to us, new day cab we just picked up. I believe it is a 16, 350,000 miles. Nice looking truck. Even got Diesel Dog in there. This will be Mike's truck. That's his truck he'll drive every day. He's pretty much our full-time driver. Hauls all the grain out of here. We haul it in, he hauls it out. So nice truck. We'll do a little more in-depth go through on it a little bit later. All right, so as you saw, we got the compartment opened up on the other truck, blown out, tool switched to the other side. So we got this truck in here. We just call this one the Gray Pete. Picked this one up off a local guy here. Was it last year? I think last year, but anyway, bucket opened the hood and we only have one spring. Cables are broke. Looks like the other spring over there is broke. So I'm just going through putting some new cable on because it almost crushed him. He said it went to the ground and he went with it. So we do not want that. As you can see, that one's broke there, but just little stuff like that. We kind of go through, make sure, you know, get her fixed. So, all right, got new cables on. Should work out pretty good. Actually, this spring had popped off too. Clip had popped off, so I just found a washer, snap ring. Good to go. But yeah, cable there, new cable over there. Not sure you can see that, but anyway, good to go on that one. Buck about has this one finished up. He's greasing it now. And I was going to show you on the new truck here. Mike's throwing some grease on the fifth wheel, but we had a new tip at the other shop. That one was pretty nasty, so we just pulled it off, tried to clean it, Had the new one, decided to put the new one on. Good looking truck. Got her topped off with def. Ready to hit the road. He got her hooked up. Looks pretty good. What we had done, the fifth wheel was too far forward, so we were measuring some of the other trucks and we moved it back, but I think we were back too far. So first thing, we're gonna release that. We're gonna move it back forward one cog, and I think that should get us about right, because we did notice the airline hoses were pretty tight, so we weren't sure that anyway, we're gonna get that moved here real quick, and we're gonna get to hauling some beans. So this fifth wheel is air assist. We got this cylinder here from the cab. He can press a button. It'll apply air to this cylinder and extend it, and it'll pull the pins out along the side over here. It'll suck those in. And we're gonna try leaving the trailer hooked up. There you go, you applied air there. And we may have to tap it with a hammer since we got pressure on it now with the trailer hooked on. Whoa! So what that actually does is you have these holes here, and I don't know if you can see that, but this one here and this one here. When he added air, it sucks those in out of this little channel on both sides, which allows it to move. So I think we're good. All right, we got her moved pretty easy. It always helps to have a new truck that has not seen many gravel roads, because our trucks around here do not move that easy. What we're doing now, we notice there's a little bit of a gap between the way the trailer's sitting. There's a little gap on that fifth wheel. It just seemed kind of weird. We didn't know if we were kind of sitting on the level surface there, or we'd back it up and just kind of see. Yeah, they're closed down. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Yeah, on this left side here, we had a pretty good gap between the fifth wheel and the trailer. So, sitting on the job again. You got the tractor tires here to finish, and then we'll get it flipped around, get the back end backed in. One thing we did start doing a few years ago was, you can see that rope. I didn't put that on last night, but we get out loading in the fields, catch windy days. It can be pretty nerve-wracking untarping these. If the wind would catch them, the tarps, and flip them over. Those ropes are kind of loose. I did that one. We'll do one in the back, and it'll just kind of hold that tarp down. You at least won't lose it on the other side. So it's pretty cheap insurance there. All right, FedEx just made a delivery. Lundell Plastics. Good stuff. So we've used this stuff for quite a few years and had very good luck with it. So what it is, it's just like a liner, more or less, a skin to go over your existing flighting. You just kind of clamp it on. It does have pre-drilled holes, so you know. But anyway, it's pretty easy to do. So We do have that fountain auger to do there, and these are the liners for the fountain auger tubes up top. So there's 2 of these here, so we'll get those put in too. And yeah, it comes with a nice colored diagram, description, direction, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's get going. Yeah, I was gonna kind of show you this one piece here. So what you want to do, I just, about 3 clamps per piece is how I do it. You get it clamped on there pretty tight, but what you want is you want this gap to be tight all the way around. So as I clamp that pretty tight, you can take a hammer on the edge and smack everything in, and I just kind of work my way around and then get her tight, and we're pretty good. Then at that point we can take a center punch and we'll punch these holes. We'll pull this back off 5/16 bit. We'll drill these out, reclamp, make sure everything lines back up, bolt it on, move to the next piece. So the only thing I'm wondering about is when I get to this double flighting. It may be a little more difficult to get the bit in there to get those drilled out. I could be wrong. This is the first time we've done any augers with the double flighting. I mean, we even have our auger over there on the grain cart we're going to do. Those products did not come in yet, so it should be here tomorrow. But anyway, this will be good practice here. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so as you can see, I got this one bolted on, good and tight all the way around. Looks pretty good. So yeah, we'll just kind of repeat that process all the way through till we get it. So everything's looking good. Alright guys, I messed up. Went ahead and put the auger in before I showed you the final product. So ended up getting it lined all the way down. Did get the liners put in. Those are pretty slick. First time we've done that on the machines. So did a liner on both of them. This is the only one that we put the wear shoes on. The other fountain auger is still good shape. So at least get another year out of it. But good stuff.